Hello YouTube, welcome back. Today I'm working on a Dodge Little Red Express kit. I just got some clear coat on it, but that's not what we're here for. This is what we're here for. A review of what's in the box of AMT's 70 and a half Baldwin Motion Camaro. I've never built this kit. But it looks like it should be a really good kit. Let's take a look at the instructions first. It's pretty simplified. Yeah, they give you the paint colors here. Have you start with wheels and tires, and then onto the engine. Pretty simple, pretty basic AMT directions. This is a very nicely detailed kit though, but it's not without some issues. Our first plastic will be some body parts. Here we have our floor pan. And unitized frame for the rear. And that all looks pretty good. You know, it's as much detail as you could ask for on a Camaro. Here's where I found an issue. I don't know if you can see on this roof. I think the light's picking it up just about right. That's a bubble with a high spot in the center and low spots on the edges. That's a sink mark. You see how rough that bubble is. I mean, that's not just a different color in the plastic. And there's also a ghosting of it on this side. You can see right there. And of course the sink is due to the dome light molded into the roof. I could really do without this under roof detail. You have, you know, visors molded into the roof, and you have the headliner bows molded in. I could really do without that. If it weren't for that, this body would look beautiful. And we have the hood. It has one spot that's gonna need some work. There's an ejector pin mark right there on the top side of the hood. As you can see by looking at the bottom, there are no ejector pins, so it's not just a ghost showing through. But at least I saw those before it went on to paint. Of course, this kit will probably get primer first, just because of, you know, being dark plastic. Here we have our front suspension. I always like that style of construction right there. And of course our center consoles here. Here we have our rear panel, taillight panel. We have our chin spoiler for the front. Here we have our front lower valence panel, and our rear spoiler. Also on this sprue is our front subframe with the transmission mount molded in. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with the looks of that. You know, if you wanted it better, you could fill in some of the empty space with putty. You know, it represents what it's supposed to be pretty well. Here we have our dashboard. It's not too bad. Here we have our radiator, fan shroud, and core support. Not too bad looking. Quite a bit of flash on the part. Here we have engine block and transmission halves. Look at that flash. You can even see a letter B cast into the flash. We have our cylinder head with rocker arm detail cast in. Oil pan, intake manifold, a very odd 3-barrel Holley carburetor. It's a 2-piece carburetor. Here we have our firewall with some detail. Hoses, wiring, wiper motor, heater box, some of our engine accessories, cooling fan, front cover, balancer with water pump. Here's our fan clutch, belts and pulleys. Here we have some steering and suspension parts. We have our upper control arms, springs, spindles. Here we have our wheel backs with the brake details cast in. Here we have our traction bars, bolt-in traction bars. Our front bucket seats, they're 2-piece. Here's the other half. Here we have a fuel line. It's a dual feed for the Holley carburetor with a fuel filter there. See it right here. It's not too bad. We have our lower radiator hose and an upper radiator hose with the water neck detail cast in there on this end. Not bad. Here we have door panels. Etching on those looks really good. The details are raised really nice. Here we have our back seat with the package tray. It looks pretty good. Here we have our exhaust, the pipes from the engine to the mufflers. Here's our muffler. It's two-piece muffler and tailpipes, and this is the other half of the muffler over here. Here we have a steering wheel and a rear end housing, air cleaner, here we have what looks to be the rear sway bar. Not too bad. Yeah, rear sway bar, and it has the other side of the mounts for the traction bars cast into it. That's what the square plates with the shock mount are. It's pretty good. This will be our last green plastic tree. We have our rear leaf springs here. We have our side mirrors here and here. We have our steering column, drive shaft over here. We have our rear end cover, pretty nice. Some license plate mounts. Here we have a whole nother rear end housing. It looks to be for a different ride height is what the difference is. The spring perches are different. The other one, these are solid so that the springs will sit on top, whereas with these ones the spring will sit down inside. It's not bad. I always like to have spare rear end housings. And here we have our rear shocks. And that's it for the colored plastic. Next up we have the chrome. I'm not a huge fan of this chrome. The edges of the parts were not finished very well. It looks like there's a lot of flash, and only some of the flash was cleaned up, but not cleaned up well. The edges are so rough on these bumpers. It's hard to see. There's a pretty big chunk taken out of this one here. Yeah, so this chrome needs a whole lot of work. There's our front bumper halves. Of course, that's our rear bumper. The headers are side pipe headers. Each side is two pieces. This is our grille, a chrome steering wheel, set of valve covers, shifter. I imagine this is the air cleaner. Here we have our Krager SS wheels. Two fronts, two rears, and side pipes. Now I'm not sure, I don't remember seeing exhaust manifolds in the kit to use the dual exhaust on the trees. Here's our windows. I mean, they look pretty decent. Lenses, rear window, and we have some clear red for the taillights. It's nice. Last of all, we have tires. These are going to be Firestone Super Sport. I don't know if this camera's going to pick that up or not. But they're very nice tread. They're going to look excellent on the built model. We have two widths, slightly different tread pattern. Rear tires here, front tire over here. You get two of each. Then we have the mini box. This is pretty nice. I don't have too many of these. And very last, we have decals. AMT always has the good ones. If you look on this rear stripe for the deck lid, where it says Camaro is left clear. So you can foil the logo or the emblem on the car, then install the decal. Pretty nice. Of course, you get an option for white stripes or black. You get two of each license plate, two of the Phase 3, two Motion, and two Gotcha. You get Mickey Thompson decal there, Firestone decals, you get MPC, and some other ones I'm not sure what they are. You get a lot of SS decals. 454. Here we have gauge clusters. We get two of those. That's nice. And of course, these, you know, AMT decals are always good. And that's it for what's in the box. Once again, that was AMT's 70.5 Baldwin Motion Camaro. 1/25th scale. Kit number AMT 855/12. As always, if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.